Whoa, what's up? Today's video is on Bill Maher and his continued attack to silence the black voice. We ain't got no time for bullshitting today. Thank you for subscribing. Let's play the first fucking clip. To make sure we on the right track, I hollered at Google and typed in victimhood. It say the state of being a victim. Now we gonna type in victim. Put victim on the screen. Victim. One that is acted on and usually adversely affected by a force or agent. The schools are victims of the social system. One that is injured, destroyed, or sacrificed under any various conditions. A victim of cancer, a victim of an auto crash, a murder victim. One that is subjected to oppression, hardship, or mistreatment. A frequent victim of political attacks. One that is tricked or duped. A con man's victim. Now that we know what both of these words mean, let's put both of them together and apply them. Let's say a woman was raped, y'all, and she gotta unfortunately go through therapy like 4-5 times a fucking week because of it. Would you call her being a fucking victim, you dig? Would you degrade her like that? Oh, you just being a victim. You understand what I'm saying? You live in a hood, the neighborhood of being a victim every day. Would y'all do that to a woman? Because I sure as fuck wouldn't, you dig? I know I wouldn't, would you? But look how they throw it up on us though. Let's go to the second part of that, you did. Subjected to oppression, hardship, or mistreatment, constant, frequent victim of political attacks. Does that sound familiar, y'all? Because it do to me, goddammit. Let's take that woman we spoke of earlier, you dig? What if she had to see the rapist every day, the person that raped her? The way we gotta see America every day. The people who fucking raped us and continue to rape us. The people who make sure that people get transferred for rape. But if you fucking black, they'll dig you up out of the grave like Michael Jackson and make you a goddamn rapist. Or take a case way back from being fucking settled and make you a rapist, and at the same time publicize a white fucking counterpart who don't get no time, Harvey Weinstein, and get to walk. You understand what I'm saying, y'all? So, but us, we gotta, y'all in a state of being victims. Y'all still ain't get over that slavery shit? You did? Would you tell a woman who has been raped that shit? Would you say, man, you still ain't get up? What if she had to see her rapist every day and he'd be like, man, you still ain't get over that rape shit? That was a long time ago when I raped you. That's how America is, man. Y'all still ain't get over that slavery shit, but they still got something to, see, they like to coach shit and then gonna say, oh, social justice warrior. Just so we all have the clear definition on that shit, you did. Let's put the definition of social justice up. Social justice. Justice in terms of the distribution of wealth, opportunities, and privileges within a society. Individuality gives way to the struggle for social justice. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all see, do y'all hear anything bad about social justice? Because the way that they use social justice, like it is a fucking bad thing. These social justice warriors. Now, let me not harp on these definitions for too goddamn long, you did, because I know how people attention spans is, you did, but we'll revisit this individual shit, you did. Let's play another clip.
A lot of what happens happens because one generation reacts against another. And when we talk about social justice warriors or victimhood, we're talking about a generation that is reacting against Generation X, which was very cool, very aloof, very indifferent to things, wasn't so overly emotional. And
is that you, Gen X?
I think, yeah, no, I was Gen X. I'm one of the those first years, depending on what chart you see. And I think the nihilism of Gen X was what millennials are reacting to or reacting against.
What's the problem with social justice warriors?
Oh, no, I'm not saying there's a problem. Believe me, I think resistance is great. I think
well, sometimes they go too far. I'll answer that question.
There's overreach.
There's no overreach.
Now, I had to take a picture of this exact moment, y'all. This is when you saw Charles Blow, which is the man with the goatee, the black man. He said, what's your problem with social justice warriors? And y'all saw how quick your boy went to backing up like, resistance is cool. Resistance from what? Y'all fucking over us, having your fucking way with us every night on the goddamn news? And y'all see how Bill Maher fake ass looking like, I can't believe I put this nigga on my show and he called called him on it. And then y'all quickly heard him say what? Y'all see how he hopped in, and let me show you the picture of when he said, I'll say it. Let me show you. Look, this right here, this is when you heard him say, I'll say it. Sometimes they go too far. No overreach. Wow. That's the problem with social justice warriors. They go too far. Ain't this fucking Bill Maher, the dude who called the president of the United States a whiny little bitch every fucking week? Ain't this the news media who showed us pictures of a fucking mobile nuclear fucking van before, trying to get us, sell us on a fucking wall? Ain't they the same people who showed us crack zombies who gonna come to your neighborhood and steal your AC and shit like that? Then they say, oh, those gangs are getting close to the suburbs and shit like that, so these people could create gang task force. You mean that overreach? That kind of overreach? Or welfare queen, when you motherfuckers get corporate subsidies that's twice the size of welfare and motherfucking disability and shit put together? You mean that motherfucking kind of overreach? Bill Maher, they go too far? Yeah, they don't write laws, you fucking asshole. Play the next clip.
On Twitter, you said you didn't think it deserved a Best Oscar nod. I don't either. I don't like any comic book movies. They're not great movies. That one either. But if you say that, that's somehow a hate crime.
Right, you're racist. And I also, the things that I love...
Can we go through the whole list of all the movies that got a Best Oscar nod that never should have ever deserved to get it?
True.
So, I mean, what does that
mean? Yes, you can. But why is that relevant to this?
But I'm telling you, I'm still on this social justice warrior while that came up in the negative context. I mean, am I wrong about hearing that?
I think it goes back to overreach, because I did a podcast that was about 2.5 hours long, and for about 2 minutes I talked about how in the town there was this perception of Black Panther as being overly representative of something in terms of the Oscars, and that people were talking about that. And then I talked about how much I thought it was a subpar Marvel movie, but I also talked about how much I like those opening images of Wakanda. We had never seen anything like that before. No one talks about that. They just talk about, the racist douche who dissed a subpar Marvel movie, and that's part of the problem with social justice.
Did y'all hear that lame-ass example he just gave as to why he have a problem with social justice warriors? Bill Maher lame-ass gonna say, Brett said that he don't like Black Panther, and people act like it's a fucking hate crime or that he racist and shit like that. So basically, when he laid up there and tweeted some shit like that, people was like, man, fuck you, you racist, this, that, and the third you did, and his feelings got hurt. Now, if you know you ain't no racist, then fuck it, fuck y'all, you dig, shrug it off. With your feelings doing hurt, fuck. You know you in your feelings about that. It sounds like you really the one who live in a soft-ass, hey buddy-ass generation, you dig? And then look what he said. Oh, I also laid up there and said all the shit about the scenery and how I like the scene and shit of Black Panther, but nobody don't talk about that. They just talk about the racist douche parts, whatever the fuck it was, the racist shit I said. That's because, motherfucker, you know damn well they got a whole lot more terrible as Marvel movies, but you had to go out of your way to say, man, Black Panther ain't shit. You knew what the fuck kind of outrage that shit was gonna cause. You knew you was gonna get a backlash, you did. Why you couldn't just let them have it? You had to tweet that because it's your fucking opinion, right? Just like the social justice warriors who y'all hate. It's they fucking opinion, but it seemed like your feelings hurt. Seemed like your feelings hurt. You and Bill Maher feelings, you did. And your boy Charles laid up there and said, how about all them other dumb lame ass movies y'all had that didn't deserve an Oscar nod, but you fucking got one? Oh, Bill Maher, well, what that got to do with this? Oh, so one subject can't be lumped in with another subject? Y'all remember the word lumped in, you dig what I'm saying? And then Brett said, he ended it with saying that's part of the problem. So far, what the fuck do we have here, y'all? That they feelings is hurt because people call them racist. That's their whole problem with social justice warriors so far, that they call people racist and they go too far when they do shit, kind of like calling a president a whiny little bitch. Let's play the next clip.
Problem with social justice warriors.
Here's what's wrong with social justice warriors. They're not interested in justice. They're interested in clicks. They're interested in getting clicks. Yeah. Oh, please. You don't think so?
Well, I think that you're being completely overly broad about, because the people that I know who do that work are not the people who are interested in clicks, and you've never heard their names because they're not trying to be on television and they're not trying to be in the spotlight, and they're going to courthouses every day.
Okay, but we're not talking about them, and you know that.
No, but what you can't say social justice warriors. Well, who are you talking about?
Okay, if we're talking about that, we agree.
Give a name. I don't know who you're talking about because the people that I know are not doing what you're saying.
I'm going to read something because
Go for it.
Thank you.
Now, y'all hear Bill Maher? He hurry up. He said, look, here's what's wrong with him. And Charles was like, oh, go ahead on at it. About time you about to really tell us, because so far, all we heard was your feelings was hurt because they called you racist from Black Panther. It ain't like they got your ass charged for a hate crime like you motherfuckers could do us. You dig what I'm saying? So far, we just heard that y'all feelings hurt because somebody called you something. And look at him, Bill Maher. Oh, they ain't interested in justice. They interested in clicks. That's his problem with him. What? You, Bill Maher? All the shit that you have said about Donald Trump to the point where he sued you and all kind of shit. A whiny little bitch. He have sex with his daughter. This, that, all the fucked up incest jokes you make about him. And they interested in clicks? Well, I guess you interested in ratings, huh? Oh, so that's the big problem. We got another one from him, y'all. That they interested in clicks. That's one of his big problems with social justice fucking warriors. That they want somebody to press like. But then Charles laid up there and said, bruh, I think you being extremely broad because the social justice warriors I know be in courts and all kind of shit and do the work, you understand? Now, let me show y'all something about do the work because they might be on some old physical do the work as in marching or some shit. They consider that doing the work. Everybody know that don't work. All that marching and singing, we gonna overcome, you're not gonna overcome. That shit means nothing. So really doing the work, yeah, it could be showing up at the court and supporting somebody. But if somebody getting a sentence, them people gonna give their sentence regardless. You remember that boy mama was crying in the court, this, that, and the third, and then people say, you guilty. Then Kim Kardashian come and they like, oh, we'll revisit the case. See? Because they don't give a fuck about your black ass showing up in no motherfucking court. But let's really define what doing the work is, since they won't downplay doing the work. Doing the work is when you getting the word out, goddammit, like what I'm doing now. And when y'all pressing like and retweet on, oh, this motherfucker Biden was behind that bill that got our fathers and mothers and daughters and shit locked up. Retweet this, press like on that. That's doing the motherfucking work. What you mean? That's why you got a problem with it, huh? Because think about this. If Twitter, Facebook, and all of that was around in the 60s, when that shit happened with Rosa Parks, you don't think everybody would have been like, man, the motherfuckers did that shit to Rosa Parks Twitter, retweet the way they did to boycott the buses? You dig? That mean they just had to do it in the means of their own way. They went from door to door, passing out flyers, this, that, and the third. But this is how people do it this way, you dig? But we know, Bill Maher, you don't want that voice out, so that's his other reason, y'all. We finally got it. First, they feelings hurt, and now we hear that, oh, they just want clicks and tweets and shit like that. And your boy said to people, I know, do the work, goddammit. And don't forget what he just said, y'all. He said name names. So it's two things I want y'all to remember so far, right? If y'all ain't got a short attention span, you remember that lumping shit in part and the name names part. Let's play another clip, though.
I'm friends with Barry Weiss, right? Okay, so I'm reading her profile in Vanity Fair. I thought this said a lot. A woman who I think is also a writer, her name is Gabriella Cameron, criticized Barry for something Barry said. And I don't think Barry is really that out there.
No.
But the social justice warriors hate and attack her. I'm talking about the ones on Twitter, not your friends in the courtroom. Okay. Here's what this woman said to Barry Weiss, tweeted, do feminism and the entire profession of journalism a favor and stop writing. Stop writing in caps. Okay, I first would like to point out, that's not a criticism. Stop writing? That's the best you can do? All right. Then she and Barry meet at a conference. They get to know each other. They're friends now. She tweets, I was partially motivated, talking about her former tweet, I was partially motivated by the desire for likes and retweets, wanting to cultivate a brand on Twitter. It was at Barry's expense, knowing that she, like me, is a complex person. Well, Barry's a complex person.
Now, what y'all just heard was another stupid-ass example by him. I only played that clip because I don't want people to think that I'm just chopping off clips that make shit look a certain type of way. So I'm going to play the full thing, you know, clip by clip, you dig? So I don't get copyright and all type of other dumb shit. But then you just hear him say, oh, somebody told her, stop writing, do feminism a favor and stop writing. He said, oh, that ain't a criticism. That's the best you can do. Oh, well, you don't give a fuck. Shouldn't you shrug that off? Shouldn't you and your friend Barry just walk the fuck off and not care? But anyway, they met, and then she said, the person said, I was just doing it for likes and retweets. We don't give a fuck what that person said, because that person is not a real social justice warrior. To me, that person should be labeled something else clearly. That's a person who want attention, motherfucker. You don't just label them a social justice warrior because they told somebody, do feminism a favor and stop writing. You don't do that. You don't lump them in with a fucking group. If I see a Republican criticize somebody, do I lump them in with all politicians or the motherfucking Democrats, goddammit? No. But you want to lump everybody in with social justice warriors, huh? That was just some fake ass person who wanted to meet your whack ass friend, goddammit. Let's play another clip, cause that shit was whack. But this next clip is on motherfucking fire.
Well, Barry's a complex person. I don't know about this.
But the problem you make is you put that person in the category of social justice warriors, and that's not what that is. The social justice warrior is the person who shows up.
I think there's a bit of an overlap.
No, I think there's I think that you're conflating the two, and there's no overlap. That the people who do the work are the warriors. Those are the real warriors.
Well, that's lots of other people would ascribe that name to themselves.
There may be people disguising themselves and taking the name.
But I think we're social justice warriors. It is that. But I think there has been an ironic use of the term social justice warrior, and I think it's used ironically when there is a social justice warrior that does overreach and starts doing things like that. What you're talking about is completely authentic and cool, but this stuff that goes on Twitter, which is of course all toxic and all full of crap, is a different kind of social justice warrior. It's a fake social justice.
It's people just trying to build a reputation to be part of a social media nation that may or may not even be real, and it's also dividing us apart. Social media is not designed to bring us together. It's to bring us together.
It's not just Twitter. It's actual legitimate, legitimate internet sites do this too.
And it's an imagined preference. Oh, if I support this, then I am part of this. Whether I actually show up in the streets or not, that's a different story. So it creates this confusion about what activism is, what's real activism, versus, oh, yeah, I'll click on this, I'll tweet this, I'll send.
Now, y'all see how quick Charles hit him on that shit? Like, bruh, you labeling that motherfucker a social justice warrior, and that's not what the fuck she is. And he was like, oh, where's some type of overlap? And he said, nah, it ain't no goddamn overlap, and you fucking up, goddamn it. And Bill Maher was like, well, there's a lot of people who ascribe to that name. And nigga was like, well, they could ascribe to that shit, but that's not what the fuck that is. That's not what they is. Because if some fucking Republican is walking around out there saying liberal type issues and supporting liberal type issues, but he still have a stance on guns or hardline type conservative issues, he gonna be like, that motherfucker ain't no Democrat, you dig? He gonna be like, oh, he talking that shit that we talk, but he ain't one of us. You understand what I'm saying? So if them people not one of us, don't be fucking lumping them in. I don't give a fuck what they talking about, because somebody told his friend don't fucking don't write. Then Brett, he hops the fuck in, the dude with the glasses right there. He said, ironically, it's some people who is social justice warriors, you dig? And they be going too far. They be overreaching, you dig? And I'm like, define overreach, because so far, overreach is defined as hurting y'all feelings by saying, oh, you racist because your ass don't like Wakanda. Rather they right or wrong, your feelings was hurt because they said that? Oh, or they told Bill Maher friend to stop writing? Is that the overreach y'all talking about? Is y'all having your fucking feelings hurt? Let's get to the fucking real fucking meat of the bullshit. You dig what I'm saying? And then look what he gonna say. But it's like these fake social justice warriors. Y'all, do that sound familiar? It sound like fake conscious people, huh? See, that's how they could fuck with your cause. They could put fake in front of it. That way they could lump the shit in. And remember, y'all, remember the word lump in and name names. Remember that too. But see how they could lump shit in, you dig? That way you could be like, oh, that's conscious community, and some of them fake conscious. And then they could be like, oh, it is people who woke, but you got them fake woke people. Well, give them their own name, goddammit. Don't attach fake on it and then attach it to a fucking brand. It make it look like a subsidiary of the fucking word. Y'all know what the hell I'm saying? Like woke, fake woke, like they both attached. You dig what I'm saying? Goddammit. If you don't, just listen a little harder, goddamn. But y'all know what the fuck I'm saying. Then Clint hops back in, talking about people just be trying to be a part of a fake social media nation that may or may not be real. Bitch, it's real. That's why Bill Maher hopped back in and said, hey man, don't tell them that, because they already passed that Russian bot bullshit. They don't believe none of that Russian bot shit. So bruh, this is legitimate sites. Y'all heard him? He was like, this is legitimate sites, which means legitimate people. He know he talking about YouTube and black people, goddammit. And he like, oh, some people be thinking that just because they press click on something and they ain't show up in the streets that's the same thing. Well, tell that to what they name the little foundation, y'all, Susan B. Coleman. Tell that to breast cancer or autism or all of them who got these foundations that say if you press like, it'll do this for somebody or some bullshit like that. Tell that to them then, goddammit, because it is the fucking same. You just don't want a message to get out. Let's say somebody say the Joe Biden crime bill. Oh, Joe Biden was against busing. He didn't want black people and white people on the same motherfucking bus. And they tweet that. Is that not real activism? That is putting out a fucking message to make sure that shit touch every black person. What the fuck is you talking about? But we know what you're talking about, because you ain't talking about a motherfucking thing. Now remember, y'all, the words lump in. See how we lump that shit in? Lump in and name names. Now play the next clip.
Draymond Green, among others, he's on the Warriors playing in the championship, awesome player. He says that owners of sports team, we should stop saying the word owner. You shouldn't say owner. Talking about the owner of a sports team. Just because someone was taught that 100 years ago doesn't make that right today. And so when you look at the word owner, it really dates back to slavery. But people own things. And it's not always the way slave owners own things. What word should we use for owning something?
It's the switch, right?
So this is what I mean about the...
No, but
No?
You have to just simply
Never
have
gonna
to
get this
stop
guy to agree with
calling
me.
those people who do something like that.
That's what we're doing.
A social justice warrior, because they're real people who are literally committing their lives to that work, and they have to be respected for having done that.
Yes.
And if we can't do that here, then nobody's going to do that. So you just can't. We cannot lump these random situations into that kind of category.
But there is an entertainment social justice warrior, and I think that's what we're talking about.
All conversation involves some lumping. We can't individually interview every single person.
That's fine.
Okay.
That's fine.
But isn't it interesting?
Let's lighten the mood and move on.
Bill, isn't it interesting, though, from that quote?
What's that? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
20 years ago, it would have been conservatives trying to tell me what I could not say. And now it's oftentimes the extreme liberal end on social media telling me what I can't say.
Now, y'all remember the clip from earlier on when he said name names about these social justice warriors. Now, after all of these fucking little whack-ass examples he gave a name finally. Draymond Green, a dude who played for the Warriors. And no boy said he played for the fucking Warriors, but he not a social justice warrior, motherfucker. He played professional basketball, and he just don't want a motherfucker saying they own him, even though they do own you. If you don't like that shit, go start your own league and call people whatever the fuck you want. You see how they be when they make the rules, goddammit? Look, bro, we own shit. You see how they laugh? It's people who own shit, you dig? See how they laughed at your ass, nigga? It's cause this our shit. We own this. You don't like it, go start your own league. But I know you niggas don't want to hear that shit, you dig? But look what he gonna say next. Oh, that dude, when you have him on the ropes, you dig? He said it's an entertainment social justice warrior. Now it's all kind of social justice warrior. Huh? What kind? How many social justice warriors they got? They got the kind that ain't a social justice warrior. They got the entertainment kind. They on the ropes like a motherfucker. And that dude was like, bruh, it's people who really commit their motherfucking lives to this shit. Like me sitting on this motherfucker right now talking to y'all. Most people ain't even gonna last this fucking long, nigga. And I've been sick and all kind of shit. That's why I ain't make a video in a minute. Cause I get sick and gotta recover, so I can't even speak to y'all. But I made it this fucking long because this what I commit commit my motherfucking life to. Nigga, I joined the motherfucking military looking to go to war. You think I'm playing with this bullshit? But any fucking way. Y'all notice how he said, oh, you gotta lump shit in. See? Remember that lumping? Now he said, you must lump in things. He said, you can't talk about one thing without not bringing up the other, right? We gotta lump it in. Oh, now you can lump in Draymond Green, but when he wanted to lump shit in earlier, you had a problem with that. See how they make the rules up as they fucking go, you dig? See how they make it up? Because that's how they operate. I'm white and it's I say so, goddammit. We make up the motherfucking rules, then his dumbass friend gonna come in at the end talking about, it used to be fucking conservatives telling us what we can't say. Now it's the far, all the way to the left liberals, what really means all the way to the back, the black part of the liberal bus, you did? Because that's what they consider y'all, way liberal, way to the back of the bus. Now you got the niggas, the Negro nigger liberals telling me what I can and can't say. See how you feel, you know? Now the niggas telling me what I can't say. Play the last clip, y'all.
I probably have no idea who they are.
I don't know if you feel this way, but I found that what's so exhausting about this is the lack of trust. You know, when we're just with our own friends in a place that's not public, we're funny, we're politically incorrect, we all do it.
Yeah.
And then in public, and public now means on Twitter or social media, Facebook, I always say that's like our avatar. It looks like us, sounds like us, but it's this whole other person who talks like a robot. And can't you just trust me after all these years that I'm not on the wrong side of these issues? And it's like, no, we can't, because we're just trying to get you your scalp and click.
Now let's break that shit down. Basically, he begged people to fucking continue to listen to him. He said after all these years, y'all can't just take my word for it on these issues. Y'all really gonna fuck with Block Talk Sports and them who be exposing all this liberal racism and shit like that? Y'all really gonna do it, you did? And then he pleaded to black people, you did? He was like, look, basically this avatar and shit when people be online, that ain't really us being racist. That's just this. No, motherfucker, that's who you really is, goddammit. Because if you walk around your house naked, that's truly who you is. You feel most comfortable walking around naked, right? Boss Johnson Day. But if you go outside, you not gonna subject that shit to the public, to society. But truly, you wish you could fucking walk around naked. Y'all see what the fuck I'm saying here on Block Talk Sports, you did? Thank you to everybody who listened to the whole motherfucking thing. People who still subscribe with all of that old fake shit. People who can actually listen, bro. Shout out to all y'all, bro, because this is why I fucking do it. I actually put my life, like, I really commit my fucking self to this shit. I'm not playing with this bullshit. But you did steady exposing this motherfucker. I ain't do one on him last week because the episode was so weak. I barely could watch the motherfucker, you did. But what did we learn today, class? These motherfuckers is about to go through any means they can to try to shut up the black voice. Once again, y'all holler at me.